listening to the Go Like a Martial Hour on freedomtalkradio.net.
The aeroplane landing special effect.
Yeah, we were there taking the actual audio of the plane coming in.
Yeah, right there. Thank God for special effects. No, well, John Lynch is here, as everybody.
Can they see me over here?
We're going to put the camera on you.
No,
this is over here.
This is, of course, the man who started everything back in July by his nephew.
Son-in-law.
Son-in-law. Right.
Son-in-law, Jesse.
Yeah. So John is here now. The cult of two has become cult of three.
Cult of three. The tribulation.
We did have Andrew on the phone this morning.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Cult of four.
The cult of four, and then of course John Hall's doing his best to get over here as well. Cult of five, and Joel will be home next week. So cult of six. So we're growing. Actually, we are growing. Big John here. We are definitely growing.
Well, your husband gave me a lashing at the pool.
The pool too.
I think I won one game so far.
You've done well.
Actually, the biggest surprise of all is Joel. He's quiet. He doesn't say much. You remember 4 years ago, Joel's comment when Dex was out there. We were at the farm house sitting that place, and the two boys and Dex gives his bit, and Joel just says, "It's really not that fucking hard." A man of few words. But listen, before anything, and before I go over to the chat room to see who's in there, Ashley gave birth on Monday at 5:07 p.m. on October the 5th. That was in Miami, Florida area. And she laboured for 31 hours. And I've got the description of the labour. I asked her because women always talk about their labour. My God, she did everything right.
Moving right along.
Oh no! There's women out there listening because she didn't go to the hospital. She had the midwife all through the pregnancy checking up on her. They had their plan, and it was the midwife that saw her through 31 hours of really hard work until finally the final push she described where the baby was spat out so fast after coming so slow.
Was that the umbilical cord sprung the baby back? Huh?
Something like that. It was but she's still recovering. Her body's in shock and she can barely walk and all kinds of things. But she's given birth to a beautiful daughter, 6 pounds 8 ounces, and her name is Taryn, Terran, Ella. And so this is for Ashley because it's everybody focuses on the baby once the baby's born, yeah. But this is for Ashley because she really is a heroine. No intervention, no hospital. She did it her way. And here we go. So well done, Ashley. You truly are a hero.
Congratulations, Ash.
Yeah, congratulations, Ashley and Tim and your families. That's beautiful. So let's go over. Oh, hello, Mark Saxon. Thank you. Where's the cup of tea, please? Mark's Life of Brian arrived yesterday.
Yes,
Mark had a dream about
Appreciate
serving us tea. He had a cup of coffee, Mark, in his Life of Brian mug this morning. He did have tea yesterday afternoon. Thank you for that. And Andrew, hello, you're in the chat room too. That's really Heidi-ho kids. It's good to hear from you again. Here's the gift from... Actually, Mark said that he thought it was your birthday for some strange reason. Of course, it isn't. But he found this mug on eBay. It was the last one of a special edition, like special collection. And it's The Life of Brian, of course. Ya's favourite movie. And up. It's it? Okay. So, thank you, Mark Saxon. And Mark says, maybe I should come over. Can't afford the flight, laugh out loud. Well, like, nobody can afford the flight, seriously. It's all, because being the meek and the teachable of the world, that one's...
Now, if you go down a couple of slides, or the next slide down on that thing.
Right. All right, I'll read the intro. We're working on another PowerPoint that will go up. I've recorded the first part. It'll be 4 parts.
Okay, so we'll get over there and zoom in on it.
Oh, well, let's ask John, while you're doing that, you get that set up. Now, John, your impressions, being here, 48 hours?
Next slide.
Tell the world, John.
They're real. They put their pants on the same way and their shoes on the same way we do.
Totally.
So on the screen we've got the arm with Israel on it, turning the key of the United States, which is then it's stuck in the back of ISIS with looks like it's a rocket launcher or a bazooka on the shoulder. In other words, we're saying that ISIS is a corporate war sponsored by the CIA, controlled by the Jews.
Hello. These were the pamphlets. If you don't already know, Russia has dropped these pamphlets over Syria in the last couple of days, telling the world, telling them who is behind ISIS, and they are clearly identifying the Jew, Israel being the hand that's turning the key of the USA. So it's tearing down the matrix. Lots of things are escalating, but it's becoming more intense. Of course it is, because the fabric of this society, which is the world, we're talking about the geopolitical construct. That's what the world is. People think the world is the earth. No, the earth is the earth. It's the great big ball of dirt with the molten iron in the middle of it. It's the earth, it's the footstool of God who's walking around on it. Size what, 11 and a half? Mm-hmm. Almost 12 sometimes, depending on the make of the shoe.
Exactly.
But the world is the geopolitical construct, and it is a matrix that has been fabricated by the enemy of all mankind, by the enemy of God, and the enemy of all mankind, the same dudes that put him on the cross on April 3rd, 33 AD.
And loving it.
And the whole reason for the cross was to spill the blood, to release the soul of God. Had nothing to do with saving anybody by grace.
Nothing.
The world is
being...
being...
Jews, that's all about.
Yeah. So Putin is doing it. He is... the consecration was 1 month ago, 28 days ago. That was the consecration of Yah, of Russia, that they haven't done all this time since the Fatima appearances, etc., the prophecies. And so Yah...
No Pope would consecrate Russia.
That's right. They all fell short for one reason or another. Well, Yah just did it 1 month ago today, 28 days ago. And so since then he's gone into Syria with the air power, knocking out the ISIS targets, and we all know that ISIS stands for Israeli Secret Intelligence Service. And what's interesting too is that Adam's dreams come to pass. A couple of years ago he had a dream. Anyway, that has already come to pass when he was standing on a construction site now 2 days ago, and with the white phone in the dream, and he is witnessing. In the dream, it presented itself as the buildings of the city. So he's talking about the city of Sydney. Those buildings began to turn in on themselves and consume themselves. And aircraft coming in began to consume itself. So again, it's this geopolitical world construct, the matrix, consuming itself. This is what evil does. Evil produces nothing except destruction that ends up consuming itself. This is happening. Adam was watching as the sky filled with helicopters. He was only a couple of kilometres away from it. He was on the second story of a building construction site in Wentworthville, where the helicopters all converged at this point, and then police on the ground, and they arrested 8 ISIS
Yeah, well, that's actually
terrorists.
happened, right?
This happened, yes, this is not the dream. Okay, well this was fulfilled 2 days ago in Wentworthville, Sydney, where it was only a couple of kilometres away. Yeah. So the world is waking up to who is behind
the Nepean
everything.
River.
Pardon?
The Nepean River.
Yes. Wentworthville.
Nepean River. Nepean River.
Oh, all right.
That's where the name comes from.
But I pee freely.
Whatever.
What are you going to call a river? Well, I'm having a lake at the moment. Call it Nepean River.
Oh, all right. Okay, so that's what's happening. It's all happening. It's all intense, but it's all happening.
Well, this is the year of the redeemed, right?
Yes, and now, just to clarify scripturally, like after the cross, when you had gone, when the soul of God had left the cross, and the earthquake, it split the rock where your blood ran down and congealed on the lid to the Ark of the Covenant.
Right.
Well, not the lid, it went, because the lid split itself at the earthquake,
It
and it
box.
congealed.
It was a stone box, and
Stone
the box
box.
was split by the earthquake,
That's right.
revealing the top of the Ark of the
The
Covenant.
seat,
It's
which is called the
seat.
mercy seat. So that's where the blood congealed and gathered. Now, at the same time, the veil to Yahweh's temple, which was a really, really thick curtain, something like 4 inches thick, really, really thick, it was rent. It was torn into 2. Now, it was 2 nights ago, as I was thinking about Adam's dream, and he's watching everything consume itself and pull apart. I thought that's the parallel. It's the veil of the temple being rent in 2. So this morning when I uploaded it, I called it the matrix is being torn in 2. Because behind this geopolitical construct is, hey, we've got a rhyme going here. The matrix is being torn in 2 to reveal the maggot, the hyena called the Jew. Hello! Take it away!
Hail Hitler!
Hitler was right all along. So the veil is being rent. It's all coming down, the matrix.
Absolutely.
Now, getting back to what more serious topic, back in the chat room, Andrew is asking John. So ask John if he is a folder or a baller on the...
A folder.
Folder. Okay.
We're talking about toilet paper.
What does that mean?
That's how you wipe your butt.
Oh.
You fold it, you wad. It was a joke. Haven't you heard that?
No.
Are you a folder or a wadder? When you wipe your butt, do you fold it, or the paper, or you wad it?
Oh, right.
We're talking about us being normal. You put your pants on the same way.
Oh. Oh, I see. Okay. That to me is not normal.
I think I'll go back to
So you're gonna. So I'm a folder. Are you a folder or a wadder? She's not gonna tell us, is she?
Actually, neither. We've got a bidet. after being in Cairo,
Oh my God.
Egypt. The best thing about Egypt was the bidets, and then of course being back in India, that it's way more civilized. And the Muslims are right. I mean, the joke that they have is they talk as, you know, Westies come in, or, you know, people in European nations, or what, Americans probably, talking about Islam being barbaric and so a Muslim comes in and says, yeah, right, talking about those who, that very topic, using toilet paper to wipe your butt, how unhygienic, that was their response.
Can we find something?
Yeah, all right, let's move right along.
Thanks, Andrew.
So Andrew's got the ha ha ha. And so Mark Saxon is saying, so what is it like to be in the holy city, John?
Awesome.
You've been watching the ducks on the lake and the swans, and
It's peaceful.
wishing his wife was here, but she won't come because she thinks I'm an asshole. So, yeah.
Very peaceful.
It is. It's big. The wind has come up a little bit today. We had another house inspection, Zelda this time.
Is that what her name's?
Yeah, that was Zelda. It's normally Pauline, but Pauline, remember I said it would be Pauline, the small English woman?
Yeah.
Pauline had 2 knee replacements on the same time. So she's walking around. Said my mother was told never ever have them do that. They did 1 for her and that was bad enough, but 2 is
Horrible.
horrible.
That's exactly how my stepmom had it.
All she had to
She
do was
was
start
dragging
taking the
the house.
calcium hypochlorite and should have been right. That's all she had to do.
Yeah.
Well, they
yeah.
won't. People won't do it. Can't be that simple. So,
Anyway, moving right along away from Andrew's saying so highbrow important stuff, Gotta laugh, good for you. You're right, you need a good laugh. After the blood moon last week, where the whole point was Perry, and taken from Point Perry and Coolum, the pun on the words of everything. Oh my goodness gracious me! Talk about.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Anyway, we'll move right along from that too. How many minutes have we got left? We're up to 12:16.
Oh, yeah, only 4 after. Yeah.
So, all right, I can slow down.
You could talk a little bit about your PowerPoint you're going to do.
The PowerPoint.
Just explain it from your perspective.
Well, how about
Did you do the numbers on Ash yet?
on Ashley's the baby?
And the landing and everything?
Oh, all right. Yes, that's right. What all the coincidences
Yes.
since John has arrived. Yeah, because it all starts with me as soon as I open up the Facebook to find out what is going on in your worlds, saints, listening to you all as you message me or Facebook, etc. There was a message on Monday morning, early my time, from Ashley. I'm in labour. I've been in labour 5 hours. And it was in America, of course. It was October the 4th. And in my life, in the looking for Yah on the Earth, which took 9 years, it was always about the play on words. 10-4, October 4th, 10-4, over and out. Right? Trucker language. So I had okay, right, 10-4, over and out, trucker language. This is it, we're on our way. And I told her that, John is on his way as well. So, bottom line is, John Lynch leaves the USA on 10-4, late in the evening, just before midnight. He's on the plane, it's ready to take off, 10-4. Ashley's in labour, working away, all starting 10-4. So here we are, we've got it going. So, and of course, coming from east to west, we lose a day. So John arrives on the 6th, he's completely missed out on the 5th. Australia is ahead of time. His flight lands at 6:55 a.m. Brisbane time on October the 6th. So we are there to pick him up. And
That's when I left Canada in 1996.
that's exactly right. Yah left Canada October the 6th, 1996. So it's actually today, October the 8th, is a historic anniversary for all the world, Yah's life. He's back in Australia where he told the Canadian authorities the fighting against the beast has to take place from Australia. So that's what he has done. So it's 19
They
years
flew
ago
me out,
today.
John, they flew me out to Hawaii, first class seat. First class. They delayed me a day because they said I want to be at 35,000 feet when Armageddon hits, right? So they delayed me a day. And they flew me first class. And it's $5,000 a seat to Hawaii.
Yeah.
So there's this idiot sitting next to me, and he's an agent for the Canadians. And he says, I said, how come we're in these luxury seats? And he said, oh, well, and he sort of bit his tongue. And he said, oh, all the Canadian airlines now has this right through the plane. All the planes have been changed over. I said, really? I said, excuse me, and I got up and walked out, opened up and there's all the cattle sitting out the back, all jammed in, right? So I come back and I said to him, sorry, they missed one. This plane we're on, they missed it. They still got the cattle at the back. That's the kind of stupidity I've got to pick up. So who would believe that? Right? Except I do have the ticket with 1 a.m.
Yeah. So going back to John's flight, he arrived 6:55, and then I haven't heard anything from Ashley all day. I'm thinking about her all the time, and I'm saying to John Hall, I haven't heard anything from Ashley. He says, well, no news is usually good news. Yeah, okay, all right. So finally, she got a message through that they'd had a beautiful baby daughter, and she was born October the 5th at 5:07, which turned out to be 12 minutes after John's flight landed in Brisbane. Out comes Terran Ella, spat out on the final push. After literally a slow boat, it was so slow, this down the passage, and then spat out, that Ashley was left stunned, shocked, didn't believe it was actually over. And of course she is totally exhausted, totally. This is why it's all about the mother right now. The baby's just sleeping. How are you? But she did it. So it's marvellous. Happy.
Yeah, back to the PowerPoint.
Back to the PowerPoint. Okay. We've already done the beginning, haven't we? So
yeah, but I wanted to get to your thoughts on what it's all about for the viewers who are going to watch it. Give them a preparation of what it's all about.
Okay.
You got 10 minutes.
That's right. What it's all? No, I do. I have to remind myself. Hello.
Is that impressed?
I absorb it all, but I've got to remind myself. Going back, what's it all about? Yes, what's it all about? Okay, that's what it's all about.
Should you get a mocker today?
No, I haven't had a mocker today. That's the problem. What is it all about? Yes, Andrew, you sent an email that your last email to Yah, where you were venting all capital letters, and everybody's extremely concerned about all the horror that's going down on the earth. What is it all about? Why does it have to be this way? And I personally have got to the point where I have lost the what used to be that looking for good, seeing the good in people. I have lost it. It's gone. Because the bottom line is, I've been the naive one, as I've been described, and most people are. The good people are the naive ones, and they're the ones that are taken advantage of by evil. Well, what's it all about is that God, who is God and the judge, he has never been fooled. He's never been naive. He's always known what it is about. From a small child, he's grown up surrounded by it, and he's been surrounded by gross evil in friends, in family, in everybody. So it's a very sad day, and I told him, I feel now at this point that all I want them to do, and I'm talking about is to drop dead. And the next breath was, I feel really sad about that. Sad that now I'm actually saying it and mean it. Mm-hmm. Now who are we talking about? We're talking about those that are controlled by gross evil, the human being that hasn't made it. And this PowerPoint explains why it has to be that way. Is God in his mercy? Yeah, well, he doesn't intervene in the affairs of man. It has been up for man to make choices. And right from the beginning, the parable of Adam and Eve in the garden, it was Adam who chose to disobey. And it could have been any instruction. It just happened to be, don't eat the fruit off that particular tree. He was the one given the instruction. His wife wasn't even on the scene.
Why don't I interfere? Why didn't I interfere then?
Because you want to expose the evil. It's all about exposing.
Let evil run its course.
Let evil run its course.
For what purpose?
So it is killed and destroyed.
No.
And it sorts and sifts the souls of the good ones.
Not even close.
We'll go for it. Oh, the template. Yes, because it's to be the template. Well, hello.
Explain that. You've got a few minutes.
Yes. Now, we all know about the template. Evil has to be exposed, so it's gone. And then we become the template. The perfection of the soul of Jesus, who was the only perfect man. The perfect man was Jesus. He's back today as Brian Manigo Lightning Marshall. Remember when Dim Tim was here? He was trying to get me to say, well, what about him really annoys you? There must be something about him that annoys you. I just looked at him like he's an idiot. He said, no, there's nothing. Because he is perfect. You would expect God to be perfect. He is. He's the perfect husband for all the souls out there who are female. So, all evil is being exposed right now, and it is going. It is being destroyed. All churches are being destroyed. They were allowed, they were given permission. The entire point of the travails of Job is that Lucifer snuck into heaven as if God didn't know, where he's asked now permission from God to do what he could to tempt Job into cursing God. So God, knowing the soul of Job, said, go right ahead. You can do anything you like to him, but you cannot take his life. So the whole point of Job is that Job did not curse God. He, no matter what happened to him, he was given permission by God, and by the end, Job says, well, God giveth and God taketh away. He never cursed God. Well, that's the life that Yah has led. And it's the same now. The whole earth has to be cleansed. It's purified. So evil has been exposed. Good on Russia for finally getting up in their pamphlets exposing Israel.
Got consecrated, wasn't it?
Well, that's right. And that was 28 days after Yah consecrated Russia. So he's been, why wasn't it done before this? Because Russia would be the big stick to expose the Jew. Israel behind the USA. And of course we all know who owns and controls Israel. We're talking about the House of Rothschild at the very top. And then you've got the idiot Francis the Mule wandering around in another entity that Lucifer enters, really pissing off a whole bunch of traditional faithful Catholics who are mortified at what he's doing and allowing. They're exposing themselves. Then when they're exposed, they are destroyed.
So when we perfect the earth with everyone taking on, if you like, the personality and the soul of what would Jesus do, which is on your daughter's wrist, then that represents 100 trillion cells.
That's right.
100 trillion planets out there. And that's why there's no life in space, because it's waiting for the embryo to be perfected on the earth, and then it's going to be spread right throughout the universe.
Yeah.
So we have to suffer a little bit, but we're going to have 100 trillion planets out there that is going to be perfect.
Right. And it's just like the gestation that Ashley's been through with her baby. This is why it's so prophetic.
All of a sudden spat out, right?
All of a sudden spat out. So slow, so tired, she had no energy. And then she couldn't believe it when it was all over. This beautiful daughter of hers spat out, total perfection. And it's exactly what it's like. It's the perfect gestation. The earth, that's the other point, is that once you are in control after the reaping of the wicked, then it will take about 1,000 years under your control. That's the gestation for the earth itself to come back into its physical perfection, and the souls that remain on the earth, because paradise comes.
So basically the earth has got cancer, and you've got to get rid of the cancer cells, and they're called Jews.
And so,
get rid of them.
Did you see, because I put that
Ruthless.
Russian embassy, did you see that?
What?
The cartoon from the Russian embassy that's been tweeted all around?
Yeah.
Oh, it was really funny.
Yeah.
So, bottom line is that's the tearing of the matrix, the renting of the veil.
Yeah.
So, as you, Andrew, as you've been venting, then the veil has been renting. As well, we've been rent dwellers. That's what it's we've been rent dwellers all of this life, not for much longer. So, all right. It's what is Yes, our world is going through the same birthing pains right now too. Yes, Andrew, and the baby's born. So now it's you've got to look at it prophetically. And I told Ashley from the beginning that this baby's
the first baby raised up.
And she's the first baby raised up to the knowledge of Yah. So and the angels control the timing of everything. Mark Saxon says the angels are watching. I keep seeing spaceships at night. The blood moon was far out to watch as well. Yes, it's all going down. So with that, we're going to be cut off at any tick of the clock. Oh yeah, we've got 17 seconds before we'll be off the air, since it's the Go Lightly half hour lately. And I had to remove some of the older stuff to... here we go, 3, 2, 1.